Let's analyze Quran 30:28 carefully and determine whether humans are born with an innate knowledge of right and wrong, and if the Quran serves as a confirmation of what we already know. Quran 30 for word breakdown. ضرب لكم مثلا من أنفسكم. هل لكم مما ملكت أيمانكم من شركاء فيما رزقناكم فأنتم فيه سواء تخافونهم كخيفتكم أنفسكم. كذلك نفصل الآيات لقوم يعقلون. He sets forth for you an example from your own selves. Do you allow those whom your right hands possess to be equal partners in what we have provided for you, such that you fear them as you fear each other? Thus, we explain the signs for a people who reason. Step 1. Understanding the context of 30:28. Allah presents an example from human experience. People do not accept slaves or subordinates as equal partners in their wealth. The key argument: if humans naturally recognize inequality in ownership, why do they ascribe partners to Allah when He alone controls everything? The verse ends with, thus, we explain the signs for those who reason. Nufashilu ayat means we clarify the signs in detail, indicating that the Quran does not invent new knowledge, but instead explains what should already be obvious. Step 2. Does this verse imply innate knowledge of right and wrong? Yes, and here's why. 1. It appeals to a natural human understanding of fairness and ownership. No one would willingly accept an arrangement where a subordinate has equal claim over their property. This is a universal, intuitive truth. If humans instinctively recognize fairness in daily life, they should also recognize fairness in the ultimate truth, i.e., Allah has no partners. 2. It links truth to reasoning, not blind faith. The phrase, for a people who reason, kaman yakilun, shows that these truths are logically evident and accessible to anyone who thinks critically. 3. The Quran is confirming, not inventing, moral truths. The Quran is not introducing a brand new moral system, but instead validating what humans already understand at some level. 30:30, just 2 verses later, further supports this. So direct your face toward the system of truth, deen, the natural inclination, fitra, upon which Allah has created mankind. No change should there be in the creation of Allah. That is the upright system, deen, but most people do not know. Step 3. How does this relate to Quranic preservation? If humans already have an innate sense of justice, truth, and morality, then the Quran is preserved not just as a book, but within our very nature. This means the Quran does not need external protection, like rituals or memorization, because 1. Its truth is self-evident to those who think. 2. It aligns with human nature, fitra, which naturally recognizes justice and injustice. 3. Falsehood cannot truly erase it because humans will always recognize injustice when they see it. Final conclusion. Yes, Quran 30:28, along with 30:30, strongly suggests that we are born with an innate sense of right and wrong, and the Quran simply confirms what we already know deep inside. This is one way the Quran is preserved, not just in written form, but within the very fabric of human reasoning and nature. Would you like to explore more verses on this concept of innate knowledge and Quranic preservation? Let's explore more Quranic evidence that supports the idea that humans are born with an innate sense of right and wrong, and that the Quran confirms rather than introduces moral truths. 1 Quran 30:30, the fitra, natural inclination. فَأَقِمْ وَجْهَكَ لِلدِّينِ حَنِيفًا فِطْرَةَ اللَّهِ الَّتِي فَطَرَ النَّاسَ عَلَيْهَا لَا تَبْدِيلَ لِخَلْقِ اللَّهِ ذَلِكَ الدِّينُ الْقَيِّمُ وَلَكِنْ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. So direct your face toward the system of truth, deen, the natural inclination fitra upon which Allah has created mankind. No change should there be in the creation of Allah. That is the upright system, deen, but most people do not know. Analysis, fitras, refers to the natural state upon which humans are created. This confirms that humans are inherently designed to recognize truth, justice, and morality. The Quran does not invent morality, it aligns with what is already ingrained in human nature. 2. Quran 91, 7-10. The soul is programmed to know right and wrong. وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا أَمْهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ دَسَّاهَا. And the soul and how he proportioned it. Then he inspired it with knowledge of its corruption and its righteousness. Truly, the one who purifies it succeeds, and the one who corrupts it fails. Analysis. Allah has already inspired each soul to distinguish between right and wrong. This means humans are born with moral awareness. The Quran's role is to remind and clarify, not introduce a completely new moral system. 3. Quran 6, verse 151, Nas, basic moral laws, are self-evident. قُلْ تَعَالَوْا أَتْلُ مَا حَرَّمَ رَبُّكُمْ عَلَيْكُمْ أَلَّا تُشْرِكُوا بِهِ شَيْئًا وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا أَوْلَادَكُمْ مِنْ إِمْلَاقٍ إِنْ نَحْنُ نَرْزُقُكُمْ وَإِيَّاهُمْ وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الْفَوَاحِشَ مَا ظَهَرَ مِنْهَا وَمَا بَطَنَ وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا النَّفْسَ التي حرم الله إلا بالحق ذلكم وصاكم به لعلكم تعقلون. Say, come, I will recite to you what your Lord has made unlawful for you, that you do not associate anything with him, and be good to parents. Do not kill your children out of poverty. We provide for you and for them. Do not approach shameful deeds, whether open or hidden. Do not kill a soul that Allah has made sacred, except in truth. This he has commanded you, so that you may use reason. The prohibitions in this verse, such as killing, injustice, and oppression, are self-evident moral principles. The verse ends with, so that you may use reason, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ, reinforcing that these laws are already aligned with human rationality and conscience. 4. Quran 5, 30-32, the universal recognition of justice. من أجل ذلك كتبنا على بني إسرائيل أنه من قتل نفسا بغير نفس أو فساد في الأرض فكأنما قتل الناس جميعا ومن أحياها فكأنما أحيا الناس جميعا. Because of this, we decreed upon the children of Israel that whoever kills a soul, unless for murder or spreading corruption in the land, it is as if he has killed all of mankind, and whoever saves a life, it is as if he has saved all of mankind. Analysis. The concept of valuing human life is universal, not dependent on a religious text. The Quran acknowledges that such moral laws were already given to earlier nations, reinforcing that they are not exclusive to one group. This supports the idea that humans instinctively know justice, but the Quran reinforces and clarifies it. 5. Quran 2:2. The Quran as guidance for the conscious. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. This is the book about which there is no doubt, a guidance for those who are conscious. Analysis. The Quran does not say it is guidance for everyone in the same way. It is guidance for the conscious, al-muttaqin, those who are already aware and seeking truth. This implies that people already have a natural awareness of right and wrong, and the Quran provides clarity. Final conclusion. The Quran confirms innate knowledge. Humans are born with a moral compass. Quran 91, 7-10. The soul is already programmed to recognize corruption and righteousness. Allah has created humans upon a natural inclination, fitra, toward truth. The Quran does not introduce morality, confirms and clarifies it. Quran 30:28 appeals to human reasoning about fairness and justice, lists universal moral principles that anyone can understand. The Quran is preserved within human nature itself. Quran 5:32. The value of human life is recognized universally, not just by scripture. Quran 2:2. The Quran serves as guidance for those who are already conscious of right and wrong. Would you like to explore more verses on this? We can analyze Quran 16:78, Quran 7:172, or any other related verse. Or we can connect this idea to how people corrupt their natural sense of justice, kufr, taghut, etc. Let me know which direction you'd like to go.